Welcome back to the Print Files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor. Wayne, the man behind Print 21's Print Files, you're back. How are you going?
Great, thanks very much, Grant.
Yeah, the first chance we've had to collar you at this exhibition.
Yeah, great to be here. Great to be on the Print Files podcast, and great to be here with Rob Brussolo.
Thanks
Cool.
very much for having me.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, over to you, Wayne.
So, Rob, sign and display and digital manager at Ball Doggett. What's the main message that Ball Doggett's giving to the industry from this show?
It's definitely revolving around sustainability. Our stand is made from the EnviroCore board, which is Australian made and 100% recyclable. So we're very much focusing on Australian made and the sustainability aspect of it.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic to see. The whole stand is going to be able to be recycled,
Yes.
which is a great message to give to the industry, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, very much. I think the last couple of years have really showed us that we're taking a look inward with what we're doing with our waste, how we're using products, and how we can leave the planet better than when we came into it. So,
For sure.
I think it's really good that there's a real focus point on sustainability and how we can, I guess, change our buyer behaviours to.
Absolutely. And is that conversation being driven by printers themselves? Are they coming to you and saying, Rob, we want green board because our customers are demanding it, or because we want it, because my kids say I should have it?
Yes, as well as the brand custodians. So we deal a lot with the end user market, and it's the end users that are really driving the change and really driving our business to innovate new products that are sustainable.
Okay.
So hence we've been on a big path of change over the last couple of years about trying to source sustainable products locally manufactured. With the turmoil going on around shipping and supply chain management, I think it's a real focus for our industry to try and find local sources of products that's sustainable, which is great.
And is it, Rob, the case that whatever kind of application I'm looking at as a print business owner, I can find a sustainable product for that?
Yes, yeah. In a sense, I think manufacturers are being forced to come up with solutions. So, in some sense, applications that need to be waterproof, it's very hard to change the application to a fibre-based board or a fibre-based product. But certainly where there's applications that can be slightly changed to a sustainable option, people are prepared to pay a little bit more to move down that track. So, and certainly the Australian-made story is a big part of it. So, I think COVID has really exacerbated the
well, you're on the zeitgeist there, really, with the two things, aren't you? Australian made, because we all want to buy Australian made product now.
Yes.
Sustainable, we all want sustainability. But you hit on the crux of the matter there. Are people prepared to pay for it? Everybody says they want sustainable product, they want Australian made. Those things typically cost more than Chinese or overseas product. Are people, brands, customers coming around to the point of view of saying, okay, we will pay a bit more for this?
Absolutely. I think as long as the difference isn't too far apart, people are prepared to pay slightly more. But it comes up to the manufacturers and the suppliers to produce products that are similar for the same application, and then that's where they'll go down the path of switching.
And is that something that you're able to do? So the performance qualities of a sustainable product in the past, they were seen as inferior to the solvent or to the plastic products. Is that still the case, or are those sustainable products now able to perform to the same level on the press, on the inkjet, whatever, as the previous products?
Yeah, very much so. I think we're seeing, for instance, we've got a new board that we launched a few months ago, which competes. It's a fibre-based board that competes with a plastic board, and for the applications within 12 weeks of being outside, a fibre-based board for the first time can be put outside to replace things like election signs and bollard covers, so that were previously done on a plastic board. So
well, that's great to see, because that was always a kind of bugbear, wasn't it? The election, people seeking election on a green platform would be using a plastic board, which kind of always jarred everyone, didn't it?
Correct. And I think the freight cost of materials being imported has made it then similar to locally produced product because the costs are coming closer together. So it's a bit of a perfect storm in these sort of things that with the freight costs, the uncertainty around European boards, that people can use Australian-made products
Yeah.
that are locally manufactured.
Yeah, great to see. Okay, and in terms of digital printing,
Yep.
Of course, Ball Doggett, you have your iConsignment that you launched actually at PacPrint, I think 2 PacPrints ago.
Yes.
How's that going? And is that still something that is being utilised by print businesses across Australia?
Yeah, they are. I mean, we originally launched the iConsignment model 12 years ago.
12 years ago, okay.
In BJ Ball in New Zealand, and then brought it over here, I think about 10 years ago. So we really launched that into the small format digital market, which has still had a really good take up of it. We haven't launched it into the signage market just yet, but that'll be a focus for us over the next 12 months.
Okay, but as far as if I'm a digital print business, cut sheet prints, I can, and just to explain to everyone, the concept as I understand it, Rob, is that effectively the Ball and Doggett warehouse is placed inside the individual printer, and it's pay on demand, isn't it? You stock the print business, I take out a ream, I pay for it then, and then it's auto replaced as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's an integrated consignment system. So I guess we want our customers to concentrate on their manufacturing and their sales, not so much they're managing their inventory. So I guess the system takes all of that, the cash flow out of their business of stocking thousands of dollars worth of material on their floor, and create efficiencies for it. So I think it's a really good method for all different sectors, whether it's labels and packaging, our graphics, inks, consumables, small format, and the signage market.
Okay, and then final question. We've heard a lot about the shipping crisis, about lead times.
Yep.
How is Ball and Doggett in your areas traveling on that? Am I, as a print business owner, guaranteed supply from you guys?
Guaranteed is
okay, a big word.
It's a big word, Wayne. I don't know if anyone's going to guarantee anything, but I guess we're taking measures, and we saw this coming when COVID first hit, and I guess supply security is really important to us. We've invested a lot more money worth of inventory in Australia because really, if we don't have it here, then we can't sell it. We need our customers to continue operating. So as a business as a whole, we're investing a lot more in our inventory and having stock in Australia in our sheds around the country that we can supply the local signage and print industry.
Okay, well, that's good to hear because we need paper to print with.
We do.
Right. Listen, Rob, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks,
It's been great to get an insight into where you as the Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press room consumables is, and what steps you're taking to supply print businesses with appropriate materials. Rob, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks, Rob, and thanks, Wayne, and thanks, everyone, for tuning in. You've been listening to the Print Files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor and sponsored by Ball and Doggett. We'll be back soon with another live interview, so stay tuned to this channel.